morning, everyone. Welcome to What's Up Wednesday. I hope everybody's having a great Wednesday so far. My name is Erin, and today we're going to be focusing on the CRM Part 2. So if you attended last week, we covered on how to set up the CRM and kind of get your clients in and get them all going and kind of set up on that aspect of things. So we're going to do Part 2 today, which is going to be going over the email drip campaigns and monthly newsletters. And also we have a new feature, yay! So we're going to cover that a little bit and go a little more in depth. And it just happens to tie in with our CRM, so it's perfect timing for that feature to be done. So we'll go ahead and cover that today as well. So if you have any questions along the way, feel free to write them in the question box, and then I'll answer them as we go along, if not at the very end. So a couple of things that we are finishing up and working on. We are creating a new layout 10 for the personal website, so we'll have that available. Basically with the layout 10, it's going to have some functionalities of layout 9, but kind of tie in some of layout 7 and just kind of be a little more modern and up to date. So that will be something we'll have available soon. As well as we have a new property search layout that we're kind of creating for the personal website as well. So for those of you who have been attending the last couple of weeks, I have briefly gone over that we have a new IDX look. So if you have the property search or the IDX on your personal website, you'll see that it's changed a little bit, looks a little more modern and clean and up to date. So it just looks a lot better than normal. So it's really pretty, just looks fresh. Also, if you click on any of the properties, you'll see that it slides out now, so that way you don't lose your place when you're going through these little icons here, the little homes on the side. So that's good. You can just click on another property and then move on to the next property. So it gives you that option to be able to move to property without losing your place, which is kind of nice. So, and then also what they've done too is they've kind of changed the list and grid and map options. So if you click like on the map options, it will pull up the map. And so this has also been kind of customized a little bit more and changed up too. So we have that. Sorry, it's being really slow, of course, when I want to show you. So that's something that we have finished up. Some other things that we have working, I promise we're finishing up on the neighborhood watch. We're probably shooting for the end of March on that just because it's a lot of programming and a lot of work going into that. So as soon as we have that available, I'll definitely let you know. We'll do a huge webinar rollout on that, so that's something we'll have available. And then our task plans is now available, so that's something we're going to focus on today as a part of the CRM. So we'll go over task plans. That's our new feature. So that's something we'll cover along with the email drip and the monthly newsletters and stuff like that today in the What's Up Wednesday call. Next week, we're going to be going over pre-qualification. So if you're interested in learning more about pre-quals, be sure to attend in What's Up Wednesday for next week. Pre-quals, yeah. Other than that, we're just trying to get some things kind of just refreshed and looking nice and pretty. So if you need our help with anything, let us know. We're always here to help. We always love to get feedback from you and see how we can help. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started on our topic today. So under the leads tab, last week we had gone through the clients and leads section showing you how to set up your actual clients and going through. So just a little recap. You can click on Add New. When you click on Add New, that manually enters in the lead into your account or into your CRM. You also have an option to import your clients. So if you're using like a CSV file and have all of your clients set aside on an Excel spreadsheet that's going to save as a CSV file, you can import them. Also, if you want to take your leads out, and you have an option to export them, which means it will pull them all out and save them on a CSV file for you as well. So just to kind of give you a little more of a recap, when you click on the edit pencil, you can go through and change any of these details here, which kind of allows you to customize it a little bit more. Also, another way that leads get added into your CRM, or another way clients get added into your CRM, is if they are a lead. So if they text about the property, fill out a lead capture page or a squeeze page or anything that captures their information like the CMA report or anything like that, they'll automatically go into your CRM if you have your notifications set up to go to your CRM. So just kind of keep that in mind too when you're going through and setting up your notifications. Under your leads tab, you'll go to notifications. And then this is where you can choose to have it go to your CRM. So you'll see that some of them are in my CRM, and you can choose don't add to my CRM. You can choose to send to top producer. So if you're using top producer or Salesforce, you have those as an option. Definitely okay. So we'll want to make sure that all leads are being sent to your CRM, so that way you can keep track of them in the system. So part 2, we're going to cover the email drip campaigns. So now when you go to your leads tab at the very top, you have an option for email drip campaigns. With email drip campaigns, what we have is we have your campaign letters here. So we have already created some campaigns for you that you can automatically use in the system. So you'll see here that I've went through and I've created some of my own custom campaigns. What you can do is you'll see here too some of the letters that you have already generated. So some, there's only a couple little letters that we have. But what you can do is you can always click on this little envelope here, and you can choose to view those letters to see exactly what they look like. So if you want to choose campaign 1, you'll see that you can always go in and view what it looks like. So I can click on view, and it will pull up exactly what it looks like. So as soon as they sign up, it will put it on a 1-hour delay. So it will say, hello, first I want to say thank you for taking the time to fill out the quick questionnaire on my site. So this will give them some more information. You can always go in and edit these campaigns too. So if you click on the little edit pencil here, you can go through and you can customize this a little bit more. Maybe you want to change this to say, thank you for taking the time to fill out my questionnaire on my website or something like that. You can choose to customize that to your liking. Maybe you added in your own custom question page that you want to add in and stuff like that. So you can go through and customize that to your liking. These variables here, this is kind of just like an autofill. So it says welcome, and then it's got the name. That just means that it's going to pull the name for who you assign this to. So it kind of gives you a little idea of how you can do that. Also, it says delay from sign up. So you can change to put this at hours or days. It really gives you an option to customize when you want that being sent out. You'll see here that these little question marks here kind of give you a little idea of what each field means. So if you, after this, you go through and you kind of want more information on it, you can go through and hover over these little question marks here to get some more information. So on all of the campaigns here, you can go through and customize these at any time. So you'll see that we did create some for you again. You can go through and customize any of the ones that we've created. And then also you can choose to add in your own campaign. So say that you want to do an IDX search campaign. So you can name it. So it says here, once an ID number has been assigned to the campaign, the ID number cannot be changed. So you'll want to make sure that it's something that you have, that you kind of review. So what you can do is, I know I already have some in the hundreds, so I'm going to start at, we'll say 500 or 500 here. And then this is just the display. So say that I want to do a property search campaign. So now I can hit save here, and I can, when you hit save, then if I scroll down to the very bottom, you'll see that my property search campaign has been created. So now what I can do is I can click on the edit pencil if I want to rename this at any time. So I can always go in and change that. And then there is a little envelope here. So when you click on the envelope, what it does is it allows you to start adding in your campaign letters. So what I can do is click on Add New, and then I can start doing my campaign. So say that I want to do this 2 hours after they sign up, and I can say, thank you for your interest. And then I can say, hello, and then I can do the little configuration here. So I'll do name, so that way it populates their name in there. And I can say thank you for your interest in the property search for homes in Aliso Viejo. So just an example, I'm just going to use some information. You can fill this out longer and kind of change it to your liking and how you would need to. Obviously, it would be a lot longer, but I won't bore you with all those details. So you can choose to write your little campaign letter here, and then once you have your campaign, you would hit save here. So now I have my campaign created for this specific one, and when I click view, I can see exactly what it would look like. It has my information branded on here, and then it's going to send it out to my campaign that I assigned this to. So you can go through and add in as many campaigns if you choose to. Now I see a couple of you are writing in saying you don't have any letters. In that case, what you can do is click on default, and it will go back to your default settings. So feel free to go ahead and do that. If you want to do that, that gives you an option. To go through and change any of these changes as you choose. So you can go through and reset the campaigns. Because I have clients assigned to these already, it won't allow me to reset. So I do have a client assigned, and that's because I assigned myself to a client. So I could even hit delete here. Let's see if I can delete. Oh, so I can't delete it because I have a client in there. But you can go through, if you're not seeing any of the campaign letters, hit default. Also, if you still click default and it's not allowing you to view it, feel free to call our support team too, and they can look into it for you. So now there's the next option that says campaign options. Now with the campaign options, this is going to be your signature and how it looks on your agent marketing page. So when the campaign gets sent out, this is our little signature. You can go through and you can change your signature here if you want to. So if you don't want it to have it look like this, you can choose to enter your own plain text. If you want to include your picture, you would put this in here, and then if you want to include your logo, then you can choose to do the logo. So this gives you an option to kind of customize exactly what you want your signature to look like when you go to view the letters and when they get sent out. So that gives you an option to be able to have that available. When you change your campaign signature, make sure you hit save though, so it saves all of your changes. The other option that agent marketing allows you to do is it creates monthly newsletters for your people that you have entered into your clients. So we do have some pre-generated monthly newsletters. Again, if you're not seeing the monthly newsletters, go ahead and hit the default button, and it will give you all of the different letters or monthly letters that you can view. So just to give you an idea of what these letters look like, I'm going to click view here. So here's the one for January. So it gives you a little bit of information. It goes off of the marketing statistics that are based off of your zip code in your agent marketing account. So we'll go through and say in December, there were current 217 active listings in this zip code, giving you the average asking price and then how many average days are on the market, how many new listings in the month of December came on, and then how many were removed from the market. Also, there's some different text in here. So this is something that gets sent out every month. The good thing with the monthly newsletters is we do have some pre-generated content for the newsletters for you. So you can always go in here and click on this little edit pencil, and you can choose to edit the information. So you'll see here that it's broken down into two different sections. So with this top part, this is going to be your little personal interest. Or your personal message, and then here you'll see that it has the statistics, so you can choose to turn those off if you don't want those on there. I think they're kind of cool though. It kind of gives the consumers some idea of what's going on within the zip code. And then you'll see that it has the main body message for the actual newsletter too. So you'll see here you can change the font, you can change all of these different information here. You can bold, italicize, add pictures, videos, links, anything you want. So if you have an embed code for a video, you can paste that in by going to this little source option here. So this really allows you to customize and change it. Now just to give you a little heads up, anytime that you add a client into your CRM or they get added in via lead or anything like that, if you add them in maybe say on the 4th say you added them in on January 4th, when you add them in, then they'll get sent the monthly newsletter on the 4th of every month. So they'll be able to get all of the different messages each month. So we do have one created for every single month. So you can see if you go to view it, it will give you some more information telling you the marketing statistics for the month of July because it's going into August. So all of these can be changed. Again, it goes back to kind of some of the different vacation time. This one I think is headed, what's the header for this one? It's vacation time, so in the actual body of it, it talks about all the different vacations and things that they can do without having to really look it up. It's being sent directly to their email. So they can view it in their email, or they can choose to view in the browser. It also takes them to visit my website, so when they click on that, it will take them directly to their actual website. So because I have it hooked up, my website's not active right now because it's just a sample website. That's why it says that. But it can take it to your personal website, which is really cool. So you have those available for you. Again, a lot of you are asking different questions for the zip codes. I know it goes based off of the zip code. Let's see here. I think it says the area stats are pulled for the client zip code. So I'm sorry. So any zip code that the client has added in, then that's where it's going to be. If they do not have a zip code added in, then it's going to default to the agent's zip code that they have. So I'm so sorry. I misinformed you on that. It will go to the client zip code if there's one available. If not, then it will go to the agent zip code. So I'm sorry. There was a bunch of questions asked about that. So sorry about that. So that's kind of it for the monthly newsletters. When you're going into your clients here at the very top, it gives you an option to, let me go into my clients here. So it gives you an option to turn the monthly newsletters on and off. You can see I have a sample email address in here. I put a little X in here because mine's already in the database, so it was turned off because it bounced back. So if you turn the monthly newsletter on and then you get this turned off, it bounced, that just means that we tried to send it out, but it was an invalid email address or it got bounced back to us, and so we're just letting you know. As far as the monthly newsletters for those zip codes, make sure that this zip code is entered in here, and then it will default to that zip code. So those are available for you. The next thing I wanted to cover for you is we have our new task plans. This is a new feature that we have available to you, which is so very great. Brokers, if you are using the task plans, you can actually set them up for your office and then push them down to all of your agents. So if you have certain things that you use within your office that you want to share with your agents, then they would be able to use that too. So what you can do is you can click on Add New here, and you can choose to do your own task plan if you want to. Or you can choose to do default, and then what it's going to do is it's going to load in our default task plans that we give to you. So we have a listing task plan, we have a buyer's task plan, and a client follow-up task plan that we went ahead and created for you. Basically, it's going through all the different milestones that are created within the process of buying a home or selling a home. So if you go through and you click on View, it goes through and it tells you. So with a listing task plan, you're going to have the listing presentation. So 9 days before, you'll go ahead and do this, 8 days before, 7 days before. So it gives you all of the different tasks that are done. So the good thing with this is you have it to where you can set it as private or you can set it as public. So public means that the homeowners can log in and they can see it on their calendar. You as the agent would see it if it's only on private. So private just means that it will populate on yours. So there's some stuff that you may not want them to see, them being the buyer or the seller or the homeowner, however you have it. And then there's some stuff that you do want them to see, so they can see all of the hard work and all of the different things that get set up. So sign listing agreement. So this is going to be public, so you're going to present all the required disclosures. Seller's checklist, you'll give that to them. Staging tips, that's all going to be different things that you'll go ahead and give to the sellers. So those are all public. They'll be able to see that. Then you'll see open escrow, so things you'll want to do a day before, a day after. So this really just kind of gives you a general idea of some of the things that take place when you're listing a home or when you're working with buyers. You can always go through and you can edit these task plans too at any time. So say with the listing presentation, you have a specific thing that you like to do before you do your listing appointment. So you can go through and you can add in anything, change the date. If you want to go ahead and customize any of them, all you would do here is click on the little edit pencil. And then you can go through and you can customize any of these. You can choose to make them public or private, and you can choose to assign it to somebody. Now again, when you assign it to public, if you have the property added into the system and you do the homeowner's login, they can log in and see a task calendar on their dashboard, and then it will give them all of these public dates so they can see that. So this is a fun way to kind of just keep everything built within your task calendar and see everything all set up. Also, when you go in through your clients, you can also use the task plans within your clients. So say that I want to set one up for my test account here for this person that I'm working with. I can go into plans and I can choose to say, okay, so this is going to be a seller. So I'm going to do the listing one. So I can go through and I can choose when I need to do the listing, my listing presentation. So say that I'm setting up the listing presentation for the 18th. So when I hit save, then what it's going to do is it's going to show me all of these different things that I need to do. So on the 9th, I'm going to get a reminder saying take exterior photos for the property to use for marketing materials. Oh, you know what, I'm not too familiar with the area, so I need to do a little bit of research. So it's giving you all these different tools and things that you can use to give you a reminder of all the things you need to do for each listing appointment. So it's kind of just giving you a step-by-step plan guide and keeping you organized and keeping you helpful. So we have those available for you now. That's going to be a really good thing that we have to utilize in the system and help keep organized. So that's what I have for you. Are there any questions so far? Let me just go through here, it looks like. So again, going back to the monthly newsletter information, the information for the zip codes, let's go to the monthly newsletters here. So this information comes off of the zip code that's entered in for the client. So these are just samples. It's going to come from the default, but if you have the zip code entered in for the client, then that's how these little statistics are generated based off the zip code for the client. And if there is no zip code, then we automatically will default to the agent zip code. So we have those. Let's see. There was a question asked, does the IDX poll have to be in place for the stats to appear on a current listing? No, it does not need to be. That's not a problem. Let's see here. So there was a question about asking how to set up the monthly newsletter. So you would go into your client section and you would select your client. And let's see here. So you go in and you select your client. And then what you do is you'll see that it says monthly newsletters, and you choose to turn on the newsletters. So you'll hit save, and then as soon as it's turned on, then that monthly newsletter will be sent out moving forward. You'll see the date that that person has been added in. So on the 1st of the month, every time, this person's going to get the monthly newsletter. So setting them up pretty easy. You just go to turn on the monthly newsletters. And again, you can customize them through the section here. Let me go back, sorry. Return, I'm having a little forgetful moment here. So what you can do is you can go into the email drip and set up the monthly newsletters through email drip. So you can go up to the top, the leads tab, and go to email drip, and then select monthly newsletters. You can choose to use the ones that we have created for you, or you can go through and edit them. Or you can even click on Add New and create your own campaigns too, your own monthly newsletters. So you can start from scratch and create your own. You can choose the dates that it sends out too. So if you want to set one up for, like say March coming up, then you can go through and choose to do, we'll say March 1st through March 31st. So then that's when this campaign would be all set up. There was a question asking what the group is through the CRM. So let me go through the clients here and go to edit. So the question was group. So this just gives you an option to group together how your clients were added in. So if you want to have all of your texting people show up, so maybe this person came into your clients tab by texting in for the property, or maybe your custom text code campaign, so you can group them all together by the texting. Or maybe they all came in from referrals and you want to see how they were referred in, so you can always group them by that way. So grouping them together just kind of keeps you organized on how you have this client into your system. Let's see. Are there plans to enhance and add current day articles to the monthly newsletters? Not at this time, but what we can do is if I'll definitely suggest it and see if that's something we can have in the near future. If you have any suggestions for monthly newsletters, definitely call our support team and let us know. But I'll definitely be sure to mention it. Also, you do have that monthly newsletter. It is a link if you choose to use it. So you can go to view the letter here, monthly newsletter. So you'll see it gives you an option to view in the browser. So you actually get a link for this. So you could even copy this and paste it into your Facebook page. So somebody was asking if you can post it onto your Facebook page. So when you click on view in browser, it will take you to a website. You can copy this and then paste it onto your Facebook page. That wouldn't be a problem. Is there an autoresponder for leads? Yes. So when you go into your CRM here, or I'm sorry, your notifications, you can choose to set them up in an auto drip. So you can go through and set up a campaign and say that you want to do the property search campaign, and then it will start sending them the leads automatically, or the email drip campaigns from this lead right away. So if somebody fills out more on the website, then what it will do is as soon as they fill out more information, then it would automatically put them on that auto drip for the property search, or however you have it set up with the email drip campaigns. I highly recommend when you get your leads to follow up with them regardless instantly, just because you got a hot lead, so you would want to follow up with them right away. But I know that we're not all available at all times, so you can put them on an auto drip. So that's what that means through the notification section. Under your leads tab, and then go to notifications, you'll see here that you can put them on an auto drip. So that's no problem at all. Any other questions I can answer? Anything else? Anything? All right. Well, again, next week we're going to be focusing on pre-qualification letters. So setting up the pre-quals and getting those over. The pre-qualification letters are going to involve the lender and the agent. So we'll show you how to get those all set up and kind of work through those. It's going to be pretty helpful. So if you're interested in attending, definitely attend next week for the pre-qualifications. We have those available for you. And if you have any questions, feel free to let us know. We can be reached at 949-328-5050. You can also send me an email with any questions too, or if you have any suggestions for future topics, anything I can help with, definitely let me know. So I'm here to help. Thank you so much, everyone, for attending. I hope you have a fabulous Wednesday, and we will see you next week. Thanks so much, everyone.